Namaste to all. A very beautiful and interesting question from one of the YouTube viewer. The question is: I do not follow idol worship. I worship Almighty God as mentioned in the Vedas. So I follow Vedic Sanatan Dharma. But what happens is many of my close friends and close relatives who do not follow the Vedic way of worship, they many times force me to come to temple along with them. Of course, I do not go to temple to worship the Almighty God in temple, but I am forced to go to temple. Is it a sin? A very interesting and beautiful question. I do not know the circumstances, but I can tell you my experience. I can tell you what I do. Of course, in my family also, most of my relatives are idol worshippers. 99% of my relatives are idol worshippers. Even my parents were idol worshippers until last to last year. So they, after seeing my channel, I started my channel basically in Tamil language for helping my parents. So after seeing my channel, slowly understanding the Vedic concepts, slowly they started understanding that Vedas are the truth and idol worship is condemned by Almighty God, and slowly they started leaving the idol worship, and now they are like 99% they do not do idol worship. I say 1%, of course they do not do idol worship, but they accompany to temple with their friends, etc. So now coming to the point that you are forced to by your relatives and friends, can I go to temple? It is your personal decision, number one. Number two is Almighty God creates this universe. Almighty God says in the Vedas very clearly that I have given you everything in this universe. As per your karma, I have given you whatever you have gained in this life, and your only responsibility is to adopt Vedas in the life. If you adopt Vedas in the life, you will get sukh, you will go to Swarga. Swarga does not mean a place in the sky. You will go to Swarga means you will attain the next birth wherein you can continue my worship, and you will attain peace of mind in the next birth, and at one point of time you will attain Vairagya and you will realize Almighty God. So this is called as Swarga basically. Otherwise what happens is when we do deeds anti-Vedic, we will be forced to take birth in the yonis. Forced means we are based on our own karmas. We will get out of the human birth, and the next birth will happen in other yonis, like dog, cats, animals, etc., where we will not be able to worship Almighty God. So in your case, where your relatives are forcing you to come to temple, you must try to explain to the relatives that going to temple is waste of time, and you do not believe in going to temple. You must be very firm in this, because going to temple will definitely impact you slowly, because when you go to temple with them, it becomes a kusanga. Satsanga means following this truth, following the dharma. Kusanga means following the adharma. So going to temple with the friends, of course you are not worshipping the statue there, but going to temple with the friends is number one, waste of time. And number two is, just because that you want to satisfy your friendship, satisfy your relatives, you are going to a place where adharma is followed. So this is not actually advised by me personally, but you must not directly hurt them. You must try to slowly inform them very clearly that your way of worship is a strong Vedic dharma. You must try to tell this indirectly and directly, slowly over a period of time. They will understand that you are a very strong follower of Vedas and you will not do anything adharma. They must try to understand it by your own let's say everyday activities. Once they see you, like even in my case, 99% of my relatives are anti-Vedic. Anti-Vedic means they are good people, they are Hindus, but they do not follow the Vedic principles of Sanatan Dharma. So they call themselves as Brahmin. We are Brahmin family. We follow Samaveda, we follow Yajurveda. They do all this Tarpana, Srarda, go to temple, go to various kind of ceremonies. This is against Vedas. They do not know. Even if I say, they are not willing to listen. So my point is very simple. Okay, you do your worship, let me do my worship. Let's not have a clash in terms of worship. Am I calling you to my homa? Am I calling you to chalo, I will teach you name jap, I will teach you sadhana, I will teach you how to do yogasana. Am I telling you anything? No. If you are interested, you can come to an acharya to learn. But otherwise, I am not forcing you to come to homa. I am not forcing you to do everyday sandhya upasana. I am not forcing you to do brahma yajna. Similarly, do not force me to come to temple. You must clarify this very clearly. Otherwise, what will happen over a period of time? You will again leave the Vedic worship and you will say that, okay, everybody is doing idol worship. Why not I also do? Nothing is happening to them. They are happy only. Why not I also do? See, people are happy because of their own previous Janma karmas. this Janma karmas is not borne by us in this Janma. This Janma karma is borne by us in the next Janma only. That is why God says in the Vedas very clearly that not even a single karma of yours will go waste. Every karma will be counted by me, and I will give the result of every karma, whether it is good deed or bad deed. If it's a good deed, I will give you happiness. If it's a bad deed, I will definitely punish you. But it is not immediate. It will take time. So going to temple, as per me, honestly, I don't advise it. Okay, some people have come from a long way, they do not know the way, you have to do compulsorily accompany them, that's a different case. Like one rare case, once a year or something like that. Even in that case, try to say that okay, you can arrange a vehicle, you can arrange a driver if possible. Otherwise, if it's not possible at all, then you can go show them the way, that's a different case. It's a very delicate situation, but 99% make sure that you are clear in your path. And you try to say that this is the Vedic path, this is the path followed by Sri Ram. Sri Ram never went to temple, Sri Krishna never went to temple, Kapil Muni never went to temple, Vyas Muni never went to temple, Rishi Munis never went to temple, then why should we go? You must try to clarify this. If they still want, okay, no, I want to go to temple, these are built by Adi Shankaracharya. People say Adi Shankaracharya name, that Adi Shankaracharya established so many temples in India, whereas Adi Shankaracharya destroyed all the temples at that point of time, which is not written in the current history books. But being a Vedic philosopher, naturally he would not have gone to temples to worship Almighty God, because God does not reside in the temple. God resides. God says in the Vedas, the only temple made by me is human body. I reside inside the human body, and I manifest myself inside the human body. I do not manifest outside the human body. So going to temple and worshipping the idol is waste of time. It is against Almighty God's Vedas. So you must be very clear on your fundamentals and then take decision according to your life properly. See, you must understand one thing very clearly. The deeds what you do, you will have to bear the result. Your parents, your relatives, your best friend, your close friend, your wife, your daughter, your son will not bear the results. So if you go to temple, the result of going to temple is borne by you, not by them. Similarly for them, for the worship of Almighty God, whatever they do, some people do Allah worship, some people say, see, idol worship is prohibited in Vedas, also in Quran, so we have to worship Allah. Allah worship is not mentioned by Almighty God in the Vedas. We must not do this kind of worship. Doing namaz, going to church, going to some other place to worship Almighty God is prohibited by God in the Vedas. We must worship Almighty God only as prescribed by God in the Vedas, which is yajna, which is Deva Puja, Sangati Karanam, Dhaneshu, listening Vedas every day, Agnihotra, following Brahmacharya in the life, following the Dharma, speaking sweetly, adopting non-violence. These are the worship of Almighty God. You cannot deviate this path, because there is only one path, that is Vedic path. So the decision is up to you, but I will request you, do not hurt the people. Don't become a ahankari to say that no, you are doing wrong thing. Never do that. But try to be firm on your path. When you are firm on your path, at some point of time, God will help you. God will surely help you, and a situation will not arise that you are forced to go to temple. In the last, let's say 18 years I am in the Vedic path now. In the last 18 years, the first few years were little difficult. But after that, never ever I have been in a situation where I am forced to go to temple. Because I clarify my point of view. Going to temple, okay, if there is a marriage function in a temple of your close friend, you have to go to temple, that's a different case. But never ever there will be a situation that will come to your life, because God is your protector. God will take forward you in the dharmic path if you are following dharma. This has to be clearly understood. There are many other points we can try to discuss, but these are some of the fundamentals. Do everyday worship. Never leave worship of Almighty God as per Vedas. When you do everyday worship, God will not leave you. God will always protect you. And going to temple is not it's not a sin as compared to eating non-veg. But why should we go to temple? Why should we waste our time knowing that Almighty God does not exist in the idol? Of course, God is omnipresent, He exists everywhere. But worshipping Almighty God by creating an idol of Rama or Krishna is insulting Almighty God, insulting Krishna also. This has to be fundamentally understood. I hope it clarified. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.